How's everybody doing out there today? Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Papa G, and this is Nothing But Facts. So let's get it.
Get a job and work, and shit didn't work. Say all I'm qualified to do is rhyme and spit a verse. Get my feelings hurt every time I sit in church. Real talking dead at me, nigga got me feeling worse. So I ain't congregating about 7 or 8 months. Broke the promise made to myself and started back blazing blunts. I know that's crazy, huh? Feeling like a bad man. I look at me in the mirror, all I see is my dad, man. I got some things that I need to address. Couple issues need to get off my chest. Like the fact that I got a son, I ain't been kicking it with him. Got him a ball, I ain't been pitching it with him. Yeah, I miss my little nigga. I try to get him, but me and his mama don't get along. I mean, I call, but the bitch when I pick up the phone, my therapist asked me what I do, the things that I does. Got up, looked her in the eye, my reply was,
All right. Listen here. That's Bad Man by Dreezy Drama. Shout out to my boy Dreezy Drama down there at the Hot Seat. Go check him out on Oak Street. And then you can move on down a little further and check out Mirage Barbershop. My partner Horace Martin. Well, you get on in and you get on out in both of those places. You feel me? So let's go ahead on and get our show started. Open up with our prayer because I got another hot show for you again today. I'm very excited. So everybody who interested, we over here in Lamentations chapter 3, verses 64 through 66. And it reads, Render unto them recompense, O Lord, according to the work of their hands. Give them sorrow of heart, thy curse unto them. Persecute and destroy them in anger from under the heavens of the Lord. May the Lord add a blessing hearing and receiving to the word. You know, hallelujah. We are here today. The show today is called A Tale of Two Books. All right. I'm so excited about today's show. Today's show was inspired by the Creator. He sent the Holy Ghost on to me. This is the way I wait for my shows to come to me. I'm serious. All right. So it's called A Tale of Two Books. Now, what two books are we talking about? We're talking about the Holy Bible and Mein Kampf. All right. How is this a tale of two books? Okay, the homosexuals are using the Nazi playbook, the way the Nazis came into power in Germany, okay, and then started World War II. They're using that same play model that Hitler used, and I'm going to cover that today, and I'm going to prove that today, all right, because a lot of the same things we see from them, trying to ban certain books, all right, and then put in other books, all right, the ideology that they have that you can't question because it makes no sense, no logical sense. So if you question it, they hide behind you're spreading hate when the whole time that's what they're doing, okay? I'm going to cover why I want you to stop listening to people who try to stifle your faith and tell you that the Creator just wants you to just be humble. Today, I'm going to cover you putting on the whole suit of armor for the Creator. You understand me? And when you put on armor, you're talking to a military person here. All right? So I know that when you put on armor, it's because you're getting ready to go to combat. It's because you're getting ready to go to war. Huh? And what is war? War is fought. War is bloody. So, you know, I got a real powerful show for you here today. So let's just go ahead on and get right into it. The first thing I want to do is I want to cover our basics that we always do about this time. before we go any further. So, I'm over here in Matthew 11, verse 12, and it reads, "And from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffered violence, and the violent take it by force." You got to understand something. Violence is not off limits to us as people of faith, defending ourselves, standing up for, shouting down, shutting up. You know what I'm saying? Don't let these people try and squelch you and make you stop shouting. You're supposed to shout. You're supposed to jump around. You're supposed to dance. And when the young people come over there and say, "What in the world going on with you? Why are you this way?" You be like, "I got to tell you the good news." Let me get into it. So, before we get into the two books, we're going to do a little history lesson real quick. All right? So, the total number of deaths in World War I, we had 9.7 million military people died in World War I. And we had 10 million civilians died in World War I. So that's a total of 19.7 million human beings died in World War I. World War II, the military lost 25 million people. I'm not talking about just the United States. I'm talking about the whole World War. 25 million military personnel were killed, and 55 million civilians were killed during World War II, for a total of, well, I don't know how they come up with the total of 85 million, because it must have been a number, some other numbers that I missed from other deaths. It must have been deaths from famine and starvation, because you know, with that kind of devastation to the land, food don't grow and all that kind of thing. But just think about that. 85 million people died during World War II. Okay? So I looked up the estimates of how many people they think would die in World War III. And the estimates are over 2 billion people would die during World War III. If we understand that in our history, we have already almost eradicated ourselves. And on 2 different occasions, we did it because these 2 world wars happened. So we can't say it's hypothetical. We can't say, you know, nobody reaching, nobody stretching, none of this kind of thing. These numbers are real. This is nothing but facts. You get nothing but facts on this show. You understand? So if males are not males and females are not females, you know, who gonna defend this land? Who gonna defend this land? The reason that they were able to sustain these type of losses is because human reproduction was going on. And it was going on in a major way. Because this is world war. What that means every continent, every place, fighting was going on. Okay? So, you know, you got the Bible on one hand that's steady trying to lead you to salvation, that's steady trying to lead you to eternal life. This book has been working since the beginning of man. Then you have this other book called Kampf that was written by a man, okay, and it is how to destroy and slaughter. It is a book of hate. And the other side uses this book, okay? Let me check this out. What did the Germans say? They say, we didn't take Hitler serious. That's what they said. They say, we didn't take Hitler serious. They say, we made jokes about him. Okay, what do we say? We started out making jokes about the homosexual. We started out making fun of them, putting them in comedy. In movies, it was always for the butt of a joke. The same way the cell phone has now started on the wall, started on the pole, and boy, working on that pole is something serious, because now the cell phone is more popular than the TV and the radio. It took both of them. Well, that's the same way. The homosexual started out as a joke. But that same thing make you laugh, make you cry. That joke is now mainstream, representing us all over the United States of America. Representing us all over the world. And we're getting ready for World War III. And did you hear I said that they estimate we will lose 2 billion people? And the majority of that going to be women and children. So all you women running around here talking that smack, talking that trash about some, you independent and all this kind of thing. When whole buildings start blowing up, you ain't going to be independent. Trust me, you ain't going to be independent. When ain't no power, when ain't no electricity, you don't know how to start no fire, you don't know how to purify no water, you don't know how to get no food, you ain't going to be independent. All this right now that's going on is a moment in time and an illusion. And it's going to cost a lot of people their lives when the electricity go off and you have no survival skills. Okay? Don't listen at me. All right? So then, how did they do it? You know what I'm saying? Under what guise did the Nazis sell to the German people at the time? What rhetoric did they use to get them to accept their propaganda? You know what they used? They used freedom. That's what they said. That's what they used. They used freedom. And what are the homosexuals and Kamala Harris saying? And Joe Biden saying? They're saying the homosexuals must have the freedom to marry, the freedom to do this, the freedom to play in women's sports. What are they coming in on? The freedom to. That's the same way the Nazis, Kampf. That's their strategy that they used to come into power. They played on the Germans' original emotion. Okay? Freedom. All right? And this is how Hitler won the Germans over. You know what I'm saying? And Hitler lied and said he didn't want war. When the French and the English, Great Britain, when they read Mein Kampf, they were like, oh my God, they want war. You know what I'm saying? And they were correct in the fact of thinking that Hitler wanted war. But when they, instead of using their good common sense, they went to Hitler and say, Hitler, do you want war? They had this coward at the time named Neville Chambers. He was the representative of France. And then you had this coward, old ass man, senile, giving trans interviews and stuff, talking about children should be mutilated. Him and Kamala Harris running all over the world, telling the world where we are a country full of homosexuals, okay, showing weakness to the world. That's what Hitler looked at. Neville Chambers come over there, and Neville Chambers like letting them know they don't want no smoke, they don't want no trouble. He come back to France talking about, here I have this piece of paper with their signature on it saying that they're not going to do us anything, okay? And we know what that was worth because Hitler turned around and took France, okay? Now, so he refused to see that Hitler was a monster, all right? And in the beginning, we refused to see the monster of homosexuality. We treated it as a mental disorder, which it really is, okay? But some kind of way, because it's a functioning mental disorder, and because men are so damn nasty, it has been allowed to go mainstream. There are some men who have no discipline to the point to all they want to do is stick it in a warm hole. As long as it's a warm hole, they don't care. They are an abomination, all right? And we cannot let the abnormal man continue to make this much noise and represent the normal man. But Neville Chambers lost France. He lost his country. If we have a president that is not lucid anymore, how are we going to go into World War III? If we have a president that is supporting transgenderism, homosexuality, running around the world, we're supposed to be building allies. We're supposed to be trying to, get our stuff together because we see that all of these heavily populated nations are joining forces with one another against us because they are natural and we are unnatural. You don't make none of this up. You understand me? So, a vice president, Lord, I got a little tongue tied. I'm sorry because, I don't like this cowardice that's going on. The world is saying that, we want to let men lay with men and women lay with women, and they laughing at us. And that's not the country that we are. At the same time, the Nazis was taking over. They was attacking the schools. What are we doing? What are we seeing? We seeing them try to stop some books from coming into schools, try to put other books into the schools that are inappropriate for the children. And they doing it with a shameless thing where they don't really want no debate. And anybody that's trying to debate, they just sit there quietly and look at them like them people stupid. But there are people in power who, when you got a person that has been duly elected and they're doing something against the people's wishes, and then the people are standing there for redress and the person is just sitting there tight-lipped and closed, that person has been bought and paid for. And that's how come they just sitting there like letting it happen. You understand me? So the Nazis took over the schools. They decided what people could and could not read. You know what I'm saying? The same thing they doing here. The same thing that the trans people are doing here. This is war. Will you be indoctrinated? You understand me? To call a boy a girl, to call men women. Will you believe the lie? Because that's where we are right now. If you don't have Jesus in your heart, and I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to be lost. Because they are coming with a rationale of freedom, humanity, love, kindness, and they making a well-versed argument to the point to where if you don't have the rules of the word guiding and submitting your life, somebody can tell you thou shalt kill and you won't know and you will kill when you're not supposed to do that. You can defend yourself, but you're not supposed to. And listen, there ain't no middle ground. You are either male or female. If you give middle ground, you know what I'm saying, women gonna lose. They losing right now. If you give middle ground, women are going to lose. They're losing right now. They losing their personal spaces. They losing their privacy. All right. They can't even be in jail by themselves no more now. All right. And I understand that women have asked for this in a lot of cases by saying things like trans women are women. Instead of taking the same attitude that men did and not be so receptive to that community, ladies have been open and receptive to that community, being compassionate to them when they really are men. So what happened when you pick up a snake, you know what the snake do, it bites. So now these snakes are biting the women, and it's up to us as men to stand up and defend ladies' restrooms, ladies' locker rooms, ladies' showers, you understand me? Ladies' sports. As a male put here on this earth, your first responsibility is to protect the women and children. That the children belong to you and the woman belongs to you too. It does not matter what the law say. It does not matter none of that. Okay? Why are Democrats all over the U.S. Why are Democrats all over the U.S., promoting homosexuality? And everywhere you see the Republicans is fighting against it, you see the Democrats is standing up for it and saying that, this is the new human rights issue The Democrats have become the new trans party. They wasn't never interested in black people, no way. We was just an easy vote, okay? They have made a concentrated effort to replace us through immigration, but we too stupid to see that. And then now they're telling the world that we're homosexuals, and you know we wasn't with homosexual marriage. And when Barack did that, we were supposed to step away from the Democrat Party, okay? But now, as far as the Democrats are going now, you know, I'm not gonna sit here and turn my back on my creator and act like I don't understand, you know, what's going on. That, from now on, check it out. Here go my new pronoun. Call me your maleness. How you love that? Call me your maleness. Huh? That makes sense? You don't want to be walking around every time you see me, instead of being able to address me by my name or whatever, you calling me your maleness. That's how stupid this pronoun thing is. You understand? What if I told you you had to call me your father? You understand? If you know, you came to address me, you'll say, boy, this is lunacy. I'm not gonna be calling you my father every time I see you. Look, let me touch a little other world news today. I was looking at how France is they tearing their country up, huh? Oh, Macron, he done really did them people bad, because I mean, I didn't know that France they retired at 62 years old. Here we in this country calling ourselves the greatest country in the world, and we working our goddamn people to 65. And these people sitting here on the TV clearly telling people, hey, listen, we retire at 62 years old. Are you serious right now? How you the greatest and then people retire before you? Just like when I was over in Germany. They don't have the police sitting on side the road trying to write nobody no ticket. They can go as fast as they want to. But here, you'll be in a straightaway around nothing. You understand? And the police sitting on side the road waiting to take your money while you on your way to work and not. Now, I'm going to get to the part of the show where I'm really about to get amped up on you, you understand? Because, like I told you, this show is about the tale of two books. Now, you see how Kampf done work and done started a whole world war. That's a book of evil. Now, the second book is this book right here. The book of armor. The coat of armor. You understand me? So now you see you got these cowards running around that's really, when you see cowardice, that's not of him. All right? That's not of him. He don't want that at all. He don't want that nowhere around him. You understand? So when somebody is trying to use words to keep you from being the image of him, he is bold. Okay? You see what he did when hey, Lucifer, you over there messing up? Huh? Well, come here, boy, and throw him right down there out the place. Boom, hit the ground. Playing with you. Playing with you. Get out. And all them people that's with you, get out. You understand me? Now, we understand that we steady seeing the demonstration. He steady saying, you're an image of me, you're an image of me, you're an image of me. So if you're an image of me and every time I go to do this battle, I'm handling business, I'm sending my people doing things, then how you going to lay up there and say I'm supposed to just be humble? How you going to tell me to hide in the church? How you going to tell me to just be safe, be quiet, get in this building? We ain't going to make too much noise. So I'm going to get on over here to you. You dig? We in Ephesians chapter 6, verses 10 through 15. I'm sorry, 10 through 18. Because you see all you people that's running around here trying to make it seem like we just supposed to be meek and humble. When you put on armor, I'm a veteran. When you put on armor, that's to go to war. That's to fight. That's to get ready to kill and keep from being killed. You see what I'm saying? Just like you understand when you say wife, that means they married. It's impossible for you to call that a wife and not be married. It's impossible for you to call that a husband and they not be married. It's impossible for you to call that a father and they not be married. Not have a child. It's impossible for you to call that a mother and they not have a child. These titles indicate a certain thing, whether you say it or not. It's inferred, it's understood. So when you putting on armor, it's understood that we about to fight. We about to fight. We about to fight. We about to fight. So here we go. We get here in 10. It says, finally, my brethren, Be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Let me explain something to you, partner. What wiles you think's coming at you, huh? Licks, blows, all right? Strikes. You got to be ready to take that and still be standing, okay? Man is not just going to come at you with just words. Man is going to come at you with weapons. That's how come he got this here for you to be able to take these blows, all right? But what the enemy got is not off limits to you to defend yourself. Don't listen at these fools, these cowards. All they want to do is try to hype you up to get your money, give you a good show, and then send you back home. They in loop with the government. They in loop with the big bully. Look, let's finish. It says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood. Let me tell you something, bro. You ever wrestle with somebody before? You ever wrestle? It's a physical thing. You understand me? A motherfucker grab a motherfucker. I ain't lying. To wrestle, you got to physically take another person and you got to get violent with them. Or whatever it is. It could be a bear. You got to get violent. Wrestling, there's no tickling in it. There is no kissing. There is no hugging. When you wrestling with somebody, you trying to show them I'm dominant. The purpose of wrestling is to make somebody submit. How you gonna submit if I'm tickling and playing with you and you trying to hit me with a stick? I'm gonna pick up a stick and wrestle back. You understand me? So now, pick up where I left off at. Boy, cause see, them lies gotta stop. And if you're in one of these churches where this man is doing this to you and hustling you out your money, man, just get with this word by yourself. All this growth you've seen me done, man, this growth didn't happen because I decided that I want to let this book talk to me. And not that man. So anyway, it says, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore, take unto you the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. What did he say? He said, I want you to be having done all to stand. In order to do everything it takes to stand, that means you got to fight because they fighting you. If I'm throwing rights and uppercuts and bolos at you, and you sitting here talking about something, I'm going to knock you out. I'm going to knock you out in the middle of or hum. You understand? That's not what the Creator wants. Don't listen at these silly seasoned people. They pimps. They shark-tongued devils. Now listen here. Let me get back into it. It say, stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of the righteousness. Let me explain something to you here, right here, partner. It says, stand therefore, having your loins girt with truth, bro. I mean, come on, man. You know the big old man at the line. Come on, boy. When you see that stand up, you all of a sudden just pee on yourself. Be like, Jesus, I'm dead. He's a lion. Exactly. Exactly. You understand? So then we're going to move on. And we says, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Boy, your feet is just ready to rumble and run at them. Boy, you're shaking. You're like, boy, I wish you would. Boy, I wish you would. Boy, say something, boy. Boy, do something, boy. That's how he wants you to be with them foolish people. That's how he wants you to be. You understand me? It says, above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. So now you got a shield. And they're not talking about just words of defense. You understand me? They're not talking about just mere words. Because this evil spirit that you're going up against, when it can't confound you, when it can't confuse you, when it can't get its way, it will hit you. And you got to be willing. Hold up. Now, don't play with me like that. Don't play with me like that. Play with me like that, I'll smite you down. We don't play like that around here. Don't let Hollywood get you twisted. You understand me? It says, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the sword of God. So I done said the truth, which is the sword of God. You done got mad because I done laid up there and chopped the head off your argument. So now you mad because I don't want to let you have your opinion and you want to fight. Well, I'm going to have to show you my Muhammad Ali. That's all. And we can do it however you want to do it, partner. You know what I'm saying? We could talk or we can get into some gangster shit. Nothing off limits. Don't let these people tell you that. Okay? Praying always with all prayer and supplication in the spirit, and watching thereunto with all preference and supplication for all saints. Look here. So be on guard. You know, he wants you to be a man. He wants you to be bold. You know, he don't want you to put up on his weapons and then go out there and be quivering in your boots and making him look bad, and then the spirit come up on you and smack you, and instead of you putting up the shield like you supposed to and then coming back and strike, you know, the spirit get a smack in. Because it's according to your faith. That's how come people could come to you and tell you he wants you to be a coward, and that you cotton to that. You see how I reject that, how I resist that? Even Peter, when the cock crowed 3 times on him and he realized he understood that the cowardice wasn't right. You understand me? Here, this man wasn't no coward. This man knew Judas was going to betray him. You understand me? But he had a fulfillment. He had a job to do for his father. He could have ran and hid and let them people not find him. You understand? No, wasn't no coward. How you gonna be? Nothing that happened was cowardice. In conclusion, I'm going to tell you this, men. It's lonely at the top. If you notice, number 1, it has a unique distinction. It means there is only one seat. It means there is only one place. It means there is only one proportion. So you can't share. You can't share. You either the king or you not. But we can't share with the lady. Our world is, if somebody gave you a whole planet, if the creator gave us a whole planet, don't you understand why they jealous? Don't you understand why they want it too? You know what I'm saying? I'm so happy to know that my father made a whole planet for me. But it's for me. I'm sharing it with you, but I ain't got to. But just understand, I'm sharing, it's still mine. Okay? So look, if you stayed with me this long, I really do appreciate you because everybody's time is precious. All right? And hey, my Cash App is $Gil Muse. I want to shout out to Andrew Tate because you are much needed in the world today. I want to shout out to Fresh and Fit because you guys are also really what's needed today, and Crimson Cure and all of the people out in the manosphere that's doing what's supposed to be done to try and bring some normalcy to this situation. Listen, we are getting ready to enter World War III. We need our men to be men. We need our ladies to be ladies. You understand the crucial numbers that we're going to lose when we enter into this battle. You understand that the world is looking at us like we are the devil. So let's stand up, set ourselves aside. So until next time, this has been Papa G saying, I love you and I love everybody. Peace.
Get a job and work, that shit didn't work. Say all I'm qualified to do is rhyme and spit a verse. Get my feelings hurt every time I sit in church. Real talking dead at me, nigga got me feeling worse. So I ain't congregating about 7 or 8 months. Broke the promise made to myself and started back blazing blunts. I know that's crazy, huh? Feeling like a bad man. I look at me in the mirror, all I see is my dad, man. I got some things that I need to address. Couple issues need to get off my chest, like the fact that I got a son, I ain't been kicking it with him. Got him a ball, I ain't been pitching it with him. Yeah, I miss my little nigga. I try to get him, but me and his mama don't get along. I mean, I call, but the bitch when I pick up the phone, my therapist asks me what I do, the things that I does. I got looked her in the